What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and before you get to our video, we wanted to let you know about our milestone giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. That's right. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and if we do, we're giving away a pretty sweet slab. What are we giving away, Nate?
We are giving away an Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4. This is the first appearance of Silk, the original Sin tie-in. I'm sure everybody is familiar with this book. This is a CBCS 9.8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
big boy.
This book is much hotter than it was when we first bought it for the show.
Yep, that's true.
You insist on still giving it away, and I'm very happy to do it.
You can tell that he is not. But anyway, we are giving this away when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Kick-ass, key issue, first appearance of Silk, is someone's going to win this book. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's get to the video, shall we? All right, Nate, I've got a random fact for you for our intro this week.
Alright, it's all, dude.
You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for our day?
Give it to me, dude. Like, totally send it over.
Don't say it like that, dude. All right. Biggest. Okay, what is the if you had to guess?
Okay.
What is the largest
penis? I don't want to do this one. I'm not on the stream.
What is the largest comic book market in the world?
What do you mean?
Like what country?
Oh, I definitely think it would be the United States. For like really?
Comic.
Like,
well, I guess the definition of comic, but comic.
Japan.
Yes, Japan is the
that's cheating because manga is not comics.
Oh, well,
you put some goddamn color in there, then we can talk about if it's comics.
Okay, see, now we're getting into a debate. I just wanted to see if you could guess it correctly, and now you're going to go off on this whole tangent of philosophy.
Sorry, there's an absolute fundamental difference between the two. One is not colored, and that is a complete product. The other is an unfinished product. You're not getting all black and white animes. They're coloring them for you. It's because that's the expectation. That's a finished product. The only reason why you have uncolored manga is because people are too damn impatient to wait for people to color it and actually give you a better product. Chill the fuck out. Let another guy color it for you. You're good to go. You got a better product, and it's better.
Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Well, you got me fired up now. What the fuck?
What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and we've got another new comic book day video for you for the week of November 10th. And again, it's a tad petite, but that's okay because that allows us to kind of I don't know, maybe it's not. Actually, it isn't. I think we've added some things here and there where it's decent size. It's not a beefy week. I don't think we're gonna have a beefy week for a while.
I think it's a very middle ground. Yeah,
medium grade. Nice, decent sized beef patty, but nothing, nothing crazy.
I don't know.
It's just
I've got 18 books next week, and
next week. That's what I'm saying. Is next week is we going to the steakhouse next week. But let's talk about this week.
Yes, totally.
But before we get into our polls, we're going to talk about this show's sponsor, and that is Shuffle Wizard. This Friday, 11/12, we are opening a full pack, possibly 2 full boxes of Sword and Shield's Fusion Strike at 8:30 Central Standard Time here on YouTube. So go over to Shuffle Wizard here on YouTube, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to watch us open Pokemon packs of the new series that came out.
Brand new one.
Brand new one.
None of the kids know about this shit. If you want to be in the know.
Well, I mean, there's the pre-release packs, which we didn't do.
No.
But we're gonna open full-on booster boxes.
Only cool kids waited on full-on booster boxes. No one needs the
100%. All right, let's get into the show. All right, so first up, we've got our X books, which we didn't really have any last week, I don't think. So this week we're starting off with Excalibur issue 25. This isn't the penultimate, right? I think we got 2 more after this one.
One more after this one.
One more. So this is the penultimate then.
The penultimate.
That's very sad. Anyway, we've got the massive war building in Outworld with who is it? I can't remember. King Arthur, right?
Merlin. Well, yeah, it's Merlin controlling King Arthur. Yeah.
I'm sad that this is essentially ending. I know that it has to happen. The X line needs to get revamped. I don't think we're gonna have as many comics. We're going to be really paring it down, I believe. X Office is definitely going to shrink. At least that's the assumption. Watch, February hit, and there's going to be 15 new X books.
Totally different.
But I've really enjoyed Excalibur. I think Tini Howard isn't given enough credit for this this run. I know, again, I say it every time we talk about this book. This was one of the books that was suggested that, you don't really need to read it. And it ended up being one of the most important books in the X line when it came to, like, Ten of Swords, which was, kind of a made-up event, but it was fun. And it drove a lot of character development, which I thought was great.
Yep, and I've said it probably 4 or 5 issues in a row now. Toe's artwork on this, I believe he has been on every single issue, all 26 issues.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic, and I think that's something to be said, that have single artists go all the way through on 26 straight issues is it's nice for a cohesive collection once it's all said and done.
For sure, and we'll have some more notes about artists continuing their run and getting their artwork on time. Next up, we've got Hellions issue 17, another fantastic X-line book. X-series book that I'm sad to see it go. I thought it was
penultimate issue.
Yeah, penultimate issue. It's been really fun. I think Wells has done a great job with this little ragtag group, the Suicide Squad of the X-Men, if you will. Mm-hmm. I'm hopefully, we're talking about the X-line getting pared down or new books coming out. I really hope this comes back. I really do. I don't think it will. But maybe, there's a glimmer of hope, right?
Maybe. I'm not sure that it comes back, but I will tell you that if Zeb Wells gets another X book in some capacity, I'll be picking it up. Sure.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. So a lot of mystery, a lot of books ending within the X office. So we'll have to see what February brings. I know in January we do have some event X books coming up, but nothing solid. So, we may be getting, it might be the way of the mini for 2022 when it comes to Marvel and X-Men, and we might just have, Gary Jerry's X-Men book, and that's it. We'll have to wait and see. But looking forward to this book. Yeah. All right, after that, we've got Eternals issue 7.
Cover of the week? I think so. I think it's my cover of the week.
I don't think it's mine. It's pretty damn close, though. You know why it's not my cover of the week? Because in extras we'll get to what my cover of the week is.
Okay, yeah.
But it is related to this book. But Eternals issue number 7, the start of a new arc. You basically said you were actually looking forward to this book even more now that you've seen the actual Eternals movie.
Yeah, being more familiar with the characters now that I've seen them on a screen, and I can sort of, even though I know the faces aren't the same, I can still put some semblance of an identity, even if it's not exactly the same. It just helps me feel like, okay, I'm following what's happening now. When the first 6 issues, I was always like, okay, which character is this? Which character is that? But like now,
right.
Gilgamesh and Cersei and Icarus, and I'm just like, okay, I very much have it all together now. And yeah, it's made me really excited. And plus, I mean, it's fucking Thanos, right? So it's
right. So that's what I was going to ask you: is how do you feel about Thanos having a bigger role within the Eternals in this, in this run, in this Gillen run?
I love it. I think that we're finally getting 50 plus years worth of answers on what exactly is Thanos and what is his position. How is it that he keeps coming back and I think we're getting some really solid answers that are obviously a little bit of a retcon, but like I think that they make sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, Thanos is going to be involved in some pretty big shit after we've seen that we saw the premonition from Thor in his book, and then we saw that same version of Thanos with the black gauntlet, and the hammer with all the stones in Timeless book as well that Jed McKay is writing. And so obviously I think we're re-bumping, like I think Thanos is going to be a big bad for 2022, and some people say it's overplayed, especially after the MCU, but man, the way that Kieran Gillen's kind of putting him back in there, I'm excited.
No, I'm about it for sure. All right, next up we've got Strange Academy issue 13, Scotty Young, Alberto Ramos. Looking forward to this issue. This has been a fantastic series. Obviously, we're getting it later and later and later as we continue on with the calendar year, and we both have discussed how, we want Ramos to stay on the book, but we're just kind of waiting for that shoe to drop where it's like, and Ramos is off the book.
If you had to guess what month issue 12 came out, can you remember?
August. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That was a big jump. That's a big jump to miss.
Yeah, and I think, obviously we've talked about it before with Marvel kind of dealing with a paper shortage, but it's really because they're printing 2 massive books, which one of them is actually on this show. And so I think that's going to benefit Ramos. But like we said in, this past Sunday's episode, if there was any artist that was going to take over for Ramos, Del Mundo, please answer the call. That was nice. But that's not that I'm asking for. I want Ramos to stay on the book, but
Me too, for sure.
and I'm more lenient than you are when it comes to keeping him on the book and doing whatever he needs to do to stay on it. Whereas, you've got a little bit more of a hot take on that situation.
See if he can just get through 20 issues, right?
Well, yeah, but let's.
He already has it, so I don't know what to say.
Strange Academy issue 13. I'm looking forward to it. This is another one of those top 5 books for the year for sure. All right, next up we have Venom issue 1. Al Ewing, Ram V. I am nervous about this book.
I will say that since issue 35 of the last issue of Donnie's run came out, the hype that I felt around this issue has slowed, trickled, and then fell off the side of a cliff.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's just not. I don't know. I feel like the angle of having 2 writers on the book has lost its magic or lost its spark. I think.
I was actually just gonna say, I think the only reason why I feel some enthusiasm is because you put 2 of the hardest hitting names in a single book. It's really hard for me to go, oh fuck no. This book could have had a lot of different names on it, and I would have passed. And even people that I enjoy, if this book had said, I don't know, Howard and Wells, I would have been like, no, thank you.
Well, here's the reason why I say what I say is that I just hope they don't. I really hope they're working in tandem, right? Because the idea is Ewing is taking on Eddie Brock, and Ram is taking on Dylan Brock, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I hope that they're working in tandem, and we don't get a New Mutants Hickman double story. But instead of getting it one issue after the other, it's packed in the same book to the point where I'm not even like, I don't know how to say it. I'm not saying comic book readers are dumb. I'm not saying I'm dumb, but I hope that both storylines are cohesive enough that I don't feel like I'm reading 2 different books. I want them to work in tandem, and my fear is that they're not going to.
Yeah, I feel like perfect example of what we're going to get in this book is the current Green Lanterns run. I just I don't want that. Of course, I think what you're saying is right on the money. I want that too, but I have a feeling that what we are going to be getting is, just like Green Lanterns, where you've got the Sojourner, story, and you've got the Joe or the John Stewart, and it's so separate.
I think if that's the case, then give Ewing a 12-issue mini to flush out Eddie Brock and really let Ram V. And I know we're making huge assumptions here. The book isn't even out yet. But I'm just saying, if that's the case, let Ram V run with Dylan. Let Dylan shine as Venom. And we'll see. You'll obviously know our opinion on Sunday when we get the book, but that's my fear. So I need to get out of this negative Nancy. So let's move on. Next up, we have Alien issue 8. Yes.
I'm very, very excited about this issue. So
let's cover.
This cover is really good. So I'm really excited about this one. So this is the second issue of our second arc in Philip Kennedy Johnson's run, and we've shifted focus away from Earth for a little bit to a off-planet settlement, and it was like this. It was very much like an obvious homage or nod to America. It was like a religious colony that went out there because they wanted to get away from persecution, and then all of a sudden, an alien ship. A ship infested with aliens crashes into their settlement. And I'm not sure what the message is supposed to be here, but Philip Kennedy Johnson tweeted multiple times, like, hold on to your pants. There's no build up here. There's shit's going down.
Yeah.
And literally, usually the synopsis for an issue is about 4 or 5 sentences. This one is Blood Harvest. Xenomorphs overtake the settlement. A last stand is made. A terrible truth is learned. That's it. It's like, shit's going down.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I think they're gonna give. Well, I think they give Salvador Larroca an opportunity to sort of like do some fight scenes and some hack and slash and gore and
Mm-hmm.
some traditional aliens style action, which I
Okay.
think the book has done really well so far. The first 7 issues of this run's been great, so I expect
All
nothing
right.
less.
All right. All right. Sounds good. All right. After that, we've got Star Wars High Republic issue number 11. I took a little peek in this book and I was like, shit's going down.
Yep.
We're finally getting into the shit. What are they called?
The Nile.
The Nile. I wanted to say the flood, the Nile, and
Taylor.
I'm so excited. I wanted this from the beginning, and I'm happy that they finally arrived. I'm happy that they're showing how ruthless they are, and that they can really. It seems like they can go toe to toe with the Jedi.
Yeah, we're as far as I know, and every time an issue comes out, I'm that much more down the rabbit hole in High Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Since the last issue came out, I've read an entire book, so I'm that much more kind of caught up. And I believe this comic is supposed to be the first appearance. Now, it's not any sort of speculative, but a first appearance of this weapon that the Nile used that's specifically geared to counteract Jedi. And it's really interesting because it's supposed to attack their empathy. It's supposed to fill them with empathetic dread, essentially, which is, for someone tied to the Force, this could be really daunting.
I know I'm crossing franchises, but fear is the mind killer. Anyway, next up, we've got in our DC books, we've got Superman Action Comics 1036 from Philip Kennedy Johnson. You are all about this.
Yeah,
I'm
this is the
obviously
first book I've written.
I'm ready to read it too, but I know that you have much more of an invested interest in this book.
I do, and I feel like that could be a good thing or a really bad thing, because I invested 5 issues into some precursor stuff with the Grant Morrison mini and with the Philip Kennedy Johnson Batman Superman one shot last week. But now I'm so glad I did it, especially just looking at this cover, because if I had not read those issues and I looked at this cover, I'd be like, who the fuck are these people? And like now I look at this cover and like I'm like super excited for seeing what each one of these guys is doing here. And so Philip Kennedy Johnson again, I'm an apologist for him. I say it all the time. Anytime he writes a book, it's going to be on the show. He has been so excited for this issue to come out. He's been talking about it since like May. So I'm super stoked too. I'm interested to see what he's going to.
No, I'm ready for the arena I'm ready for Warworld. I'm ready for that conflict. I'm ready to see where we're going to go with it. I'm ready for a more cosmic Superman comic. Not that I'm not enjoying Tom Taylor's Superman. I think that's a great comic too. But I'm just ready for I'm ready for some cosmic battle. I'm ready. All right. After that, we've got Justice League Last Ride issue number 7 from Chip Zdarsky. I believe this is the penultimate issue in Last Ride. Yeah, this has been a fantastic run. I don't know if you've caught up with this or not.
This is the last issue.
This is the last issue? No.
Yeah, this is the last issue.
I'm going to say it now. This might be my pick of the week.
I have not caught up. I might need to make that my priority this week.
You need to pick up, and now I can't even talk about it because you haven't read it, and I want you to read it, so I can't. Just know the last 2 issues have been just balls crazy, and this is a love letter. This is a statement from Chip Zdarsky that he deserves to be writing Justice League right now.
Ooh,
and I know that that's sacrilegious because he's writing an amazing Daredevil run, but he needs to be writing Justice League. He needs to be writing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Anyway, we'll see how it goes. All right. After that, we've got a surprise, a sleeper pick, or not a sleeper pick, just a sleeper pull, and that is Robin and Batman issue 1 from Lemire, and I can't say the name of the artist. I just can't win. You were like, "Hey, have you heard about this?" I was like, "I saw it, but I didn't really pay much attention to it." Then you showed me the internals. I was like, "Holy fuck, we need to do that. We need to cover this on the show." It looks amazing.
Yeah, so if anybody's familiar with Descender or Ascender, this is the same team from them. They're doing these 3-issue mini prestige format. So each issue is a $6 52 or 54 page issue. But basically what this is supposed to be, almost like a a Dick Grayson year one. This is supposed to be like just days or even a couple of weeks after he takes the mantle of Robin, and it really shows him developing his relationship with Batman and him fighting himself. And I don't know, Descender is, I've literally only read the first arc of that, and I'm so in love with it that as soon as I saw that these guys were coming out with this, I knew I had to buy it right away.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm glad that you had suggested it.
Yeah.
All right, after that, we've got Titans United issue number 3. I am continuing to read this. You are not.
Read it online.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember what happened last issue, so I'm gonna have to do a little get a refresher on it. But I've enjoyed it. So, oh, that's right. No, Starfire's sister showed up. I think Blackfire.
Yeah, and then Superboy got thrown out into space or something like that.
That's right. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for
yeah,
this.
I just wasn't. It wasn't quite as much for me, and I probably would have. I mean, this is, don't let DC hear because, but I'm not buying it because they're putting it on DC Unlimited for free. Which, I mean, of course they know some people are going to do that, but it wasn't enough for me. So I'll read it on the app, but I'm not going to pay for it.
That's fair enough.
Pay more for it because I'm paying for DC.
Right, and I don't have that, so.
Oh, there you go.
All right, after that, we're going into our Independence with Undiscovered Country, issue 17.
Yes.
This cover's pretty fire.
Yeah, so that guy right there is the bad guy, and he is the blues man. So, quick recap on what's going on here is they are in the zone of original American creations. They have to somehow come up with a original American piece of art in order to escape this zone. And there are rogue beings of art that are just roaming around this area because their whole purpose is to be viewed and their entertainment. And so they are trying to trap them here so that they can be viewed by these people, by our crew forever.
Right.
And they all gather around this guy who is the no-faced, you can't see him, blues traveler, essentially. And so when you first see him, he's like leaning back in a chair with his guitar and just like, like it's so cool because blues is one of the most uniquely American pieces of music that there are, and so I just really love it. And so we've got this issue and one more, so this is going to be I think probably still a lot more build up to our final issue for the third arc of Undiscovered Country. It's been
this character gets this is Snyder, obviously. This guy has a lot
Snyder
of
cool.
It has a lot of vibes of the main baddie in Noctera. The dude
certainly does, absolutely,
doesn't it?
Certainly does.
Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Yep. All right, after that, what's going on? There we go. After that, we have What's the Furthest Place from Here. There is a lot of hype behind this book, and I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't know why, but I'm going to read it.
I can tell you why.
Go
tell you
for
why
it.
Exactly. Because this is the same creative team that did 4 Kids Walk Into a Bar.
Okay.
Which is, I have not read it myself. It's from Black Canvas Publishing, and it's just lauded as one of the greatest independent comics that's ever come out. I actually have the hardcover copy that I found at half price about 6 months ago, and I just heard the hype around it. It was like $10 for a hardcover of this. I have to buy it, and so maybe I will pull it off and read it before I read this, just so I can kind of see what the feel and the style is between these two guys.
It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Well, we'll see what happens here with this one.
Also, this is a $4.99 cover price book, but it is a 60-page book.
Yo!
So once again,
mad value.
Mad value here from Image.
All right. After that, we've got our one Aftershock book, our only Aftershock book, Chicken Devil.
Chicken Devil, man.
Dude, if you're not reading Chicken Devil, what are you doing with your life right now? This book was fantastic. Issue 1, the artwork awesome, the writing was great, the hook, the shock, all of it was amazing. I cannot wait to see where this goes. I'm gonna call it now. This is probably my pick of the week.
Yeah,
high standard.
Number 1 was your pick of the week, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah. Yes, it was.
If anyone needs an explanation for this, my wife actually saw issue 1 sitting on the bookshelf and was like, This chicken devil, like, come on, like,
Yeah.
she sees Superman and Batman, and she's like, okay, whatever, boys, comic books. But like, she sees Chicken Devil and is like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, take Breaking Bad and whatever the main dude's name is, and before he starts cooking meth or anything, you just put him in charge of Los Pollos Hermanos. Yeah. And that's what the book is. And it's him working for a drug lord or something, or getting in trouble with crime families, crime organizations, while running a chicken shop.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, the flow is just like Breaking Bad. The pace is like it.
And the drop in issue 1, I mean, I say it all the time. Oh, it had this oh shit moment. I quite literally was like, oh shit.
Oh shit, yeah.
I mean, and the way it was expressed, the way it was visualized, just it completely blew the lid off on any comic that I was reading that week. And so I have that same expectation this week. Hopefully it doesn't let me down. Hopefully it doesn't do the issue 2 slump. We will wait and see.
We'll see.
All right, so that's going to do it for our pulls this week. We've got some extras, some extra, some variant covers for this week. I think we both got this one, which this is my cover of the week. Yes.
Yeah, I was wrong. I picked the wrong Eternals cover.
This Peach Momoko cover is just the epitome of beauty.
So many people, when she signed her exclusive with Marvel, were furious because all of her Marvel covers were going from like the 1 in 100 to just a cover B.
Yeah.
And thank God for actual like art lovers like us that just want a copy of the book.
Yeah.
I can pay $4 for this book instead of having to shell out $100.
This is a cover that I would, even with Penguin House being on the shipping and I really need to look at it, I would love to get this thing graded. This thing, it deserves to be encased and memorialized as a really good cover.
Yeah, I love it. Really, really good.
And then you got something extra?
Yeah, I also got this Bermejo cover. The thing. I seriously don't even know if I'm going to read the issue. I just don't really care about.
You need to read it.
But I might. I mean, it'll probably be the last thing I read. But if I have time, I'll read it. But
yeah,
I mean, fucking holding Doom's head, and like someone was like, "Oh no, it's just his mask," and I'm like, "No. Like this is like part of the connector, like of his neck. Like that's."
I thought it was a Doombot's head. Did I just kill the cover?
Probably a Doombot's head.
Did I kill the cover for you? I'm sorry.
Nah, it's still dope.
No, it's really good looking.
God.
I'm sorry. It's Doom. It's Doom's head.
I saw it and was like, oh man, if that's a ratio and it's 25 or under, I'll get it. And then when they were like, oh, cover B, I was like, fucking sold, man.
Done deal. All right, so that's going to do it for our extras. That's going to do it for our pools. So make sure to, join us this Sunday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time here on YouTube live, where we're going to break down all these books, review them, let you know, how we felt about the books, what our picks of the week were. It's going to be a good time. So make sure to, as always, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, give us a like. It helps us out a lot. And we are obviously on the road to a milestone giveaway at 550, and we're going to keep on going all the way to 1,000. So make sure to tell your friends, hit that subscribe button. You could win something pretty cool. And, got to throw it out there. Don't forget, this Friday, Shuffle Wizard. It's going to be a good time. Go over there. We'll put the link in the description, kind of put it here in the bubble of go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be opening up some Pokemon packs, but I digress. As always, read more comics, fam. We'll see you later. Bye.